Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Joining us now is Ojy Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Ojy. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Leila.
How are you?
I'm
good.
And good morning to you, viewers. We begin what's trending today in Nigeria. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, declared a state of emergency on dilapidated roads on Sunday in Lagos State. According to the governor's chief press secretary, Gboyega Akosile, the governor directed immediate construction work on the roads beginning Monday, October 14th. He added that a total of 8 construction companies have been deployed to fix the roads. Akosile said the directive followed the conclusion of a series of meetings with 8 multinational engineering companies. The companies will commence major construction work on identified highways considered critically to the reduction of traffic congestion in Lagos State.
It's about time.
Yes, I mean, it's a great development. Yeah. Obviously, he took to his Twitter page yesterday to confirm the statement, saying that the companies that they have considered to do these road construction, like Julius Berger, have to factor in flood as well in their construction agenda.
The standard excuse that is given by state governments, even the federal government, is that it's very difficult to fix roads during the rainy season.
During the rainy season.
And as you know, you have to wait till the dry season. But what we have seen oftentimes is that even when these roads are, attacked, let me use that phrase, during the dry season, they don't seem to complete them until, the rainy season comes again. Mm-hmm. And then you have these roads, perpetually a source of problem. And in Lagos in particular, the roads are in a very poor shape. Maybe it's because of the ecology of the environment of the state itself, So even when roads are fixed, if they are not maintained on a regular, sustainable basis, they go bad again. And that's why anytime it rains, the city just grinds to a halt. So it's good to see that the governor of Lagos State now wants to make fixing the roads an emergency.
Correct.
I think that will gladden the heart of people who live in Lagos. Mm-hmm. The Lagos State Public Works Corporation, we're told, is also going to be involved. And about 116 inner roads will also be fixed, because also those are places of serious challenge and concern. And we hope that the Traffic Management Agency will also be effectively deployed, so that fixing the roads does not add to the hardship that we face.
Correct.
I mean, some of these roads, even the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, where they're fixing the roads, people are going through a lot of nightmare. It should not become a source of distress, for us, for, Lagos residents. Even if the average citizen also should be available and willing to make a little sacrifice. Because when those roads are fixed, all of us will benefit from it.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Governor Sanwo-Olu, who has been accused of sleeping on duty. Now it's good to see that, he has woken up, he has declared a major emergency, and he wants to fix those roads. And of course, I'm sure that Lagosians will be very happy with
Yes.
Well, it's his job.
It is,
so I would hope that he would do that.
I know. All of you say we shouldn't be praising government, for doing what they should do.
But it's important to
you say you praise Shey Makinde all the time now.
But the trend on Twitter is the 8 roads that he mentioned that they were going to fix. A lot of people on Twitter and social media are saying that, why are they those roads? There are more important roads to be fixed.
As people would, because they would now start personalizing it, taking it to the areas, etc. But you know what? The way I see it as well, Ojy, there are so many roads in a city like Lagos with a population of 22 million.
Right.
Where is the starting point? It's never going to be anywhere satisfactory for the majority of people, but there has to be a start.
I know that the governor of Lagos State, having said that he will fix roads, that a lot of Lagosians will be looking at the roads in their own neighborhood.
Oh, of course, that's what everyone is talking about on Twitter.
That's what I'm doing now.
I was looking at the bad roads in my neighborhood.
Yes.
So I hope that there will be a feedback process.
That is
the public
the whole
response
idea.
mechanism.
Right.
So that Ojy, well, you don't live where the roads are bad.
No, I do. I live in Ikoyi. Can I just say? I live in Ikoyi. Can I just say? It's not just the roads, but then also the drainage system. Because I'm in Ikoyi and I'm driving down. I don't drive a truck. I drive a a sedan. And so my car has to go slowly and there's traffic because the drainage system
as a matter of fact,
is blocking the roads.
10 minutes from where Ojy lives, 2 days ago, I literally said, okay, the car cannot go through here.
Yes.
People were walking with water to their thighs.
I see little
Cars
kids
were
walking
swimming.
through
I'll show you the pictures.
Water. So it's not just the roads, it's also the drainage system.
The drainage in your neighborhood has to be fixed. And you have a point.
That's what everyone's
to address
talking
the issue
about.
of flash floods.
Absolutely. I like the fact that he also mentioned that the flooding system for the construction companies, they really have to consider that with their road construction. All right, well, let's take another story real quick. Still in Nigeria, Fatima, daughter of Mamman Daura, President Muhammadu Buhari's nephew, has accused the wife of the president of attacking her inside the presidential villa in Abuja. In a BBC Hausa interview yesterday, Fatima addressed a video showing the First Lady speaking in an angry tone, which trended over the weekend while social media speculated that the president was getting married to his Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. Commenting on the video, Fatima said she recorded it as proof that Buhari's wife confronted her violently. She claimed that the incident, which happened in 2017, was as a result of the president's request for her family to relocate residences within the Aso Rock villa in which the First Lady was opposed. All right.
Let me know when you are leaving.
So this video, which trended over the weekend, was of our First Lady being attacked. I wouldn't say attacked, but she walked into the villa, obviously, and she was upset because the glass house, which is in the Aso Rock villa, was occupied by President Muhammadu Buhari's nephew and his family, and apparently they wanted Buhari's son to be there, so they relocated Buhari's nephew over. And she was upset because I guess that they locked the door and she was about to go in. But I don't see it as a confrontation because, people raise their voices. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't raise your voice. It's a human thing to do. And but I just felt like that video should not have been leaked. I don't understand. Even if she recorded it as proof to show that Aisha Buhari attacked her, it should not have been leaked because it's a huge security breach. That is the Aso Rock villa. How could that video have been leaked? But Buhari's wife did admit that it was her in the video. So, this is a segment that should be monitored, really.
Yeah, first point to be made is that the presidential villa is a security zone.
Yes.
And there are rules in terms of conduct.
Right.
Certain categories of persons are not allowed to go about in certain areas with their phones.
With their
Your
phones?
phone will be collected. You will not be allowed to use it or take photographs or do whatever except it is allowed. So you are right to say it's a breach of security. And earlier when we had Captain Aliyu Babangida on this program, who is a security solutions consultant, I had put the question to him.
Okay.
And he said that, look, that's not acceptable because the privacy of the president, yes, the president is a public figure. His family members are also public figures in a sense, but then if we have people going about photographing things, taking videos around the presidency, recording conversations, there could be implications for national security, so you are right, again, that there is a breach there. However, if you look at this, this is a family squabble. The young lady, Fatima Daura, is an in-law to the First Lady, Aisha Buhari. So this is a case of family members, sorting out their own politics. And I guess that's why Fatima Daura living in the villa, you can't seize her phone because she's a member of the president's family. But I think it's really unfortunate. And, even family members should be told that there are certain things you don't do. You don't do anything that is not in the interest of the president.
Absolutely.
We take oath of office as presidential aides.
Right.
You take an oath of office and you are required in and out of office to respect that oath of office. But family members don't take oath. They just simply need to realize that they are in a security environment. And even like aides, They have to defend the interest of the president at all times.
But the worst part of it is in her BBC interview, she also said that there were more videos that she had, and she was going to...
No, she should not release them.
I don't understand.
She should be advised not to release those videos.
She said she had more videos, and she was
We don't know the content.
She needs to just be nipped in the bud immediately. You cannot do that to the First Lady of Nigeria. You cannot do that for any reason whatsoever.
Right, and then there were also
Anyway, Ojy, let's take a short commercial break.
Sure, absolutely.
When we come back, you bring other stories.
Sure.
We'll be right back. You're still watching The Morning Show. Welcome back to The Morning Show here on the Arise News channel. Still with us is Ojy Okpe, who's been telling us stories that are trending in Nigeria and globally.
Yes.
Ojy, before we went on break, we were talking about this video that came out of Aso Villa, and we were saying that, look, I mean, we can't have people just recording conversations in the president's private quarters and releasing them to the public, and that efforts should be made. In fact, we had Captain Aliyu Babangida here. He was saying that the National Security Advisor, and other security chiefs in the villa, that will include the Chief Security Detail, the Chief Security Officer, the CSO, and the ADC, should take steps to make sure that this kind of leakage does not occur. Whatever may be the grievances of any individual involved, whether family member or presidential.
Absolutely. Yes, and I was alluding to the fact that she also mentioned in her BBC interview that she was going to release extra tapes that
and I said no, she must not.
Absolutely.
The security officers in the villa should take that up.
And I think that's the first step that should be taken. There is a code of conduct inside that villa. Absolutely.
Don't go about to record. It's a security zone.
Yes. I mean, the video and the interview has been trending on social media. She also talked about the fact that, we were expecting a wedding.
Second lady.
a second lady. Not first lady, a second lady. And she debunked that as well because her father is the nephew of Buhari, and, that the first lady has accused Daura of being the head of the cabal, the so-called cabal in Aso Rock. And then she also said that, that they don't intend to get another wife. So that's a great news coming out of Aso Rock. There's no wife, there's no second lady, Layla, so we're happy about that. And so, we'll just continue to monitor the story, and hopefully there wouldn't be any more extra.
No, on this issue of second wife or third wife,
yes.
I mean, I refer to the captain who was our guest. He said, look, he doesn't care whether the president takes 1,000 wives. I mean, the Islamic religion, to which is an adherent,
yes.
Allows multiple wives. But even if it puts a cap on it,
right,
and even if the religion puts a condition that you must love them equally. So, I mean, that's whether he decides tomorrow or whenever is his personal choice.
Yes.
However, the big concern, which I have expressed, is about fake news, fake speech. I mean, people just buy some miserable phone,
yes,
and they use it to create pictures, they create news, and the thing goes viral.
And that's what Fatima said.
The threat of social media.
As well, yeah.
I mean, look at a whole country. For about 24 hours, people were not doing anything other than worrying about the bedroom situation of the president of the country.
We couldn't find any other news. That's all the news there was.
And that's why
in 24 hours. And that was the only thing we could
reconsider my position about social media, online social media regulation.
Absolutely.
We can't have people just using their phones. Some of them don't even have a phone that is a proper phone. Yeah. But they can cause havoc with it.
Fatima said her father doesn't know anything about social media.
Everybody has become an information officer.
It started with, and I cannot remember for the life of me which media house it was, but there was actually a report that came out saying, and it was based on anonymity, and then that report was now taken to social media as the basis for people to come out and say, hey, it's our president getting married again. And that was where it started from. So social media definitely generated and fueled it as much as it did, but it still came from a media outlet.
Well, wow. I'm not aware of that,
Neither am I.
I would like to be further educated on that. But the truth of the matter is that, the thing about information process is about truth, accuracy, fairness, objectivity. People cannot just carry one useless phone and be causing problems. No.
I think that there should also be an investigation to this particular fake news, because it is a serious situation involving the president of Nigeria, and I think that it's, you know, it has to be
Fatima Daura as well, though. What is her motive?
Well, the thing is that everyone is saying on so that's a family matter, but then
to be going to BBC Hausa to cast your own family, that's beyond a family matter. That means there has to be some serious motive.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to comment on that.
Well, I think she does have a good point. Yes, I do. I have a bunch of
Enough said on this.
All right, well, let's go over to Sweden now, where the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences have awarded 3 economists the Nobel Prize in Economics for their experimental approach to alleviating global poverty. Among the 3 economists is Esther Duflo, who at 46 years old is the youngest recipient and now the second woman to win the Nobel Prize in Economics since it began in 1969. Esther said she hopes her win inspires other women to continue their work and inspire men to treat women with respect. Professor Duflo was awarded the prize alongside her husband, Ajibit Banjari, and Harvard University professor Michael Kramer. The trio will receive 9 million Swedish krona. That's about 728 pounds.
Congratulations to the 3 professors.
Right.
I mean, the Economics Prize was not originally part of the Alfred Nobel Prizes. It was introduced by the Swedish Central Bank. And it's been awarded, as you said, since 1969. And this is the second woman who is winning it. The other fact, of course, is that, you know, since 1969, the Economics Prize has been dominated by Americans, majorly. And, of course, it's also some form of recognition for outstanding work that is done in some of the leading universities in the United States. In this case, Professor Esther Duflo and her husband, Professor Banerjee, who was actually a PhD thesis supervisor.
He was a PhD supervisor.
So those of you who complain about the sexual harassment, sometimes you know,
there was no harassment.
There was no harassment there. She was overage and consenting.
Sometimes professors can also marry their
if she is consenting, it's perfectly fine.
You know, the 2 of them, they teach at the
MIT.
Harvard University.
Harvard is Michael Kramer.
Yes. Professor Kramer.
Then they are both in MIT.
No, it's Professor Kramer that is in
Harvard.
That is in MIT.
Oh, no, both of them are in MIT. Professor Kramer is in Harvard.
No, it's the other way around.
Is it the other way around? Okay.
It's the other way around, but you go and check.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been given this prize, you know, for coming up with practical answers as to how to deal with the challenge of global poverty.
Yes.
And the interesting thing, of course, about their research work is that they focus on India and Africa. You know, and I hope that, you know, having economics as a science that is used to solve, you know, daily problems that we all confront in different parts of the world, I think it's very useful. And I hope that, you know, governments across the world, you know, will show an interest in the research that they have done.
Yes.
Because in India and other parts of Africa, they focus on poverty alleviation, they focus on healthcare, they focus on how the youth, you know, can be empowered. And of course, we live in a world of ideas and solutions. And congratulations again to the trio that have won this.
I'm excited for Esther. I mean, she said that when she received the news, she was shocked because she didn't think that they were going to win. I mean, the trio are about the youngest that would win in the Economics Prize. And just having that type of acknowledgement at her age, she thought it was fantastic. She was really happy.
Yeah. Honestly.
She's 46.
46.
She's young. Well, but as an academic, I mean, she's not young. By the time,
well, I mean, in fact, of economics,
you get a PhD early, you know, at 46, you're already an accomplished scholar, depending on your productivity.
Yes.
But I thought the point you were going to make was what you referred to in your introduction about the fact that about gender. You know, that this is a leading female intellectual who has won the Nobel Prize.
Yes.
That should be, again, a source of encouragement
For a lot of, and then she also, she did mention that, and she did mention the fact that she wanted men to respect women in their field, and the fact that because she is a woman, she was given that opportunity to continue to do her research without any sexual harassment.
Thankfully.
Oh, you have to bring that up again.
I had to talk about that. Yes, I mean, congratulations to the trio. We'll see more coming from
Don't worry,
them.
we have female scholars in Nigeria too, who were supervised by professors, who married their professors, and who have gone on.
But that's totally different from sex for grades, though, because that is actual consenting legal relationships, not when your professor is harassing you for something that he wants and withholding your grades and your right to an education because he wants to get in your pants. It's two completely separate things.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree
right.
with you.
I'm glad you agree, Dr. Abati. Well, let's take our final story under entertainment. Grammy Award-winning musician Kanye West has confirmed that he has converted to Christianity. The 42-year-old rapper was in Washington, D.C. over the weekend, where he put a surprise appearance at Howard University and held a listening party for his new album, Jesus is King. During the listening party, Kanye confirmed that he's now officially a Christian, which comes as no surprise considering his weekly Sunday service tradition and the name of his new album, Jesus is King. I mean, Kanye West has proven himself absolutely right now as, you know, the person who can change the game in the music industry. Remember when he did his Jesus Walks? I think that was about a decade ago. I mean, John Legend alluded to the fact that he's the one musician who has now made it okay for rappers to talk about God in their music. You know, Kanye West has been, you know, known to be very out there talking about different things, be it that racism is a choice, or be it that, you know, or even wearing the MAGA hat. He's been very controversial in a lot of his ways. So I think that him turning into a Christian is, you know, another step of his controversy. I don't know what.
Another step of his spirituality as well. I think he's been looking and trying to find some way to, like, give himself a definition for, because he's always been quite a spiritual person in the way that he talks, acts, no matter how controversial Kanye is. I think he just didn't really know how to finger point what it was. But hey, when the Sunday service started, I mean...
But you know that when, you know, there was an interview with Kim Kardashian and that he, you know, they asked her about what the Sunday service is about, if it's really about preaching, but it really isn't. It's really just a service where people come together and gather and, you know, just sing songs.
Like the Quakers in America.
Yes, exactly. But you know what? I don't know if that's really what Kanye is about or if it's about his numbers, because I feel like he has conquered the rap scene. He has conquered the music. And I think that this is another, you know, way of trying to get...
Conquered the fashion scene as well.
He's conquered the fashion scene, and that's a good point that you just made, because in his Sunday service, he's making sure that a lot of people are wearing Yeezy. Yeah. That's his brand.
Kanye West and his wife, Kim Kardashian, I mean, two major cultural icons.
Right.
What has defined them is the manner in which both, you know, husband and wife continue to recreate themselves.
Right.
You know, good examples of how, you know, an individual can go on a journey of self-discovery. And you made a point about Kanye West, you know, from music to fashion to politics.
To politics,
he also got involved in politics and now Christianity. And I'm sure that many Christians around the world, even in Nigeria, will be very glad that, you know, another soul has been won for Christ. You know, and then talking about the church service, for me, you know, the exciting part of it is when I see the daughter, you know, singing in church and also showing a very great promise. I believe that for a very long time, the Kanye West, you know, brand and the Kim Kardashian brand, you know, is bound to endure.
Right. Well, that's a good point. Well, my point about Kim Kardashian, though, when she talked about the Sunday service that Kanye West is offering at this point. Now, that's what's happening on social media. Now, people are talking about the fact that is he really doing this for God, or he's doing it for his new album? So that's the whole question.
And that is a very fair question. It's Kanye.
That's the whole question, because people
that question will always arise. But I mean, whether he converts to Christianity or not, it's his personal choice.
Yes.
And that's why I said the Christian community will be very happy, because, you know, if you flip the discussion a little bit, many of the things we hear is about how, you know, the cultural establishment in the United States has been taken over by the Illuminati.
Correct.
You know, and so for the Nigerian audience to hear that, you know, he's now, a disciple of Christ.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that will gladden the hearts of many of his fans in Nigeria and other parts of Africa.
We've seen a lot of artists doing that, so it's amazing.
For
thank you, Ojy.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.